spend some time in prayer, because hurt people hurt people. And then we can learn right there in verse 4, never fall in love with somebody who can't catch you. Let me try it again. How many times have we fallen for someone who can't catch us? You ever played the trust game? Let me try it again. The fall game where somebody stand behind you and say, you know what, if you trust me, if you love me, just trust me and fall, close your eyes and fold your arms, just fall back. You know what we do? You still there? You still there? All right, there. You there? But when you fall in love, you just, y'all thought I was going to fall in. But the reality is, that's what happens, but we cannot fall for people who can't catch you. Wow. We continue to fall for people who cannot catch us spiritually or financially or emotionally or economically, and we continue to fall and go into these 6 cycles and we can't break it. We fall for people who can't handle the weight of our dreams. We're falling for people who can't catch you. And then we learned that all money ain't good money. Let me try it again. This, Pastor Kenny, was something I learned around the domino table. See, I would sit down and play with my uncles, and they're the ones who taught me how to play dominoes. And so I like to score. So I would get a good hand, and I would try to run the table. Pow! Give me 15. You know, I had to learn how to cup your hand just right, and pow! Give me 20. And they had other names for these, so I'm just using the church version, 20. And pow! Give me 10. And so they said, and I would just be scoring, and they would just kind of wink at it and say, yep, there you go. And I'm thinking, I'm running off with this game. And about 4 plays in, only 3 dominoes left, I couldn't play the rest of the game. And they would say, we tried to tell you, boy, all money ain't good money. And I was watch this, just because you can score don't mean you should. Somebody gonna get this thing. Listen, sometimes you gotta back up on a score to actually win the game. Listen, I don't have time to deal with all this thing, but I need you to understand that in this life, sometimes all money ain't good money. They offered her 1,100 shekels and she took it, but that money would be the end. All money is just not good money. But then, I'm about to close here, but watch this. It says, if you need to know this, play with fire too long, you're bound to get burned. Now, don't y'all look at my hand right now. I wasn't playing with fire, I was cooking. Really, ma'am, is that funny? But it wasn't my fault. It was a pot malfunction. The pot caught on fire. That's what happened. The pot caught on fire. That's my story I was thinking, but no, that's true. But if you do play with fire, I'm not talking about this kind of fire. I'm talking about this emotional type fire. If you play with it too long, you're bound to get burned. And look at what happens in the text. I knew she wasn't any good for me. But I was still willing to play, watch this, not just with our relationship, but with my gift. Because I understood that the strength and all that I was able to do rest on my head. And I was still willing to play the game, even though I knew I could lose my head in this. And so what happens is now, I began to lay down and I began to rest on her lap, and she had an amazing way of putting me to sleep. And so there I am, as I was trying to rest, I was trying to just find some comfort. I was trying to assure her that, baby, I don't hate you. I want you to know that even though I have fallen in love with you and you never told me back that you love me, I still am trying and willing to try to build something with you. I'm still trying to build your trust. I'm still trying to hang on in there because I want you to know and understand just how much I really do care for you. And so there I was laying on her lap, and sure enough, she began to call once I was good and sleep, and she called from the closet this time, but I was good and sleep, and they began to cut the locks of my head, and so there I was sleeping bald-headed and did not even know it. I still thought I had some hair. So this time when she began to call the Philistines out the closet, this time I decided I was going to call on the Lord as I had done so many times before. And this time when I called on the Lord, the text reminds you that I did not know that the Lord had left me. That I thought that it was strange that I found myself there by myself, because I think at all the stuff that God stuck with me through. I wish I had a little help in here. Understand something. I begin to understand that He stuck with me even when I was a young adolescent and didn't understand how strong my gift could be. He stuck with me even through my failed marriages. He stuck with me even through my poor choices. He stuck with me, and now here I am, even in love with another poor choice, and yet here I am. I'm about to hang, because if you see the rest of my story, they begin to hang me between two posts. I wish I had a little more help in here. And so even as I sat there and I began to hang between those two posts, I realized that it was merely a precursor of things to come, because even though I was the one hanging between those two posts, I wouldn't be the last one hanging between two posts. I wish I had some more help in here. So understand something. Here's what began to happen. As I hung there, they gouged out my eyes, and I could no longer see. And so as they gouged out my eyes, I began to look up towards heaven, and I asked God to give me strength just one more time. Is there anybody in here that's ever had to ask God, can you just strengthen me just one more time? And so I looked up towards heaven, and before you know it, my hair that had been cut off my head began to grow back again. And so what I began to do is I began to pull and to tug on those two posts. And if you know the rest of my story, I killed not only all of those Philistines, but watch this, I killed more in my own death. I accomplished more in my own death than I ever did while I was alive. I wish I had a witness in here. But here's the good news, because I told you it was merely a precursor of things that were on the way. Because one dark Friday, I wish I had some help in here, on a hill called Calvary, there was one who would hang between two posts. I wish I had a witness in here. And even as he hung there, he had been disrespected. He hung there for all of my poor choices. He hung there even for my failed marriage. He hung there for all of my disappointments. He hung there for everybody who had left me hanging. He hung there, and because he hung there, he let me know that I can hang on in there. I wish I had some help in there. And so here's what began to happen. Same way I did, I looked up towards heaven, and I began to say, Lord, give me strength just one more time. He looked up towards heaven, and he gave up the ghost. I wish I had a witness in here. After they had whipped him, after they had beat him, after they had pierced him and crowned him, he looked up toward heaven and said, it is finished. And the moment it was finished, he gave up the ghost, and he went on up towards heaven. But I wish I had a witness in here, because right before his ascension, he had to go make a descension. They put him in a borrowed tomb, and he stayed there for 3 long days. I know he was 3 long days, because even though they were long days, he faced all of my difficulties. He faced all of my failures. In fact, he didn't just face them, he fixed them. And because he stayed there on the 3rd day, was over. God has a way of restoring.